It is increasingly difficult for local authorities to deliver social care to the vulnerable in their communities, particularly in a changing funding environment. Some are turning to Charis Grants, who are helping councils and other organisations develop innovative approaches that turn policy into practical help. Marverine Cole reports.
Charis.
2.9 million people in the UK are struggling to manage their debts. Charis's elderly mum is ill and the family now has mounting gas bill debts.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's your gas bill and your utility bills.
He's a priority case, vulnerable and on a low income. People in the same position can apply via Charis for help from the multi-million-pound funds created by some of the UK's biggest energy companies. Here in East London, funded advisors are trained by Charis to offer specialist energy advice and make applications for debt and other help.
Last week I had a client and I just reassured her, we explained the situation, we'd done the application. Before she left, she gave me a hug and she's like, I know we haven't got the results, but just coming to see you and just doing the application, talking to you has made me feel 100 times better. I can go home and sleep peacefully because she was losing sleep. That's how stressed she was. So those sort of things, it just really makes your job worthwhile.
You may notice something missing. There aren't many signs, and that encourages people to come inside and ask for help. They get integrated support and more at the GP surgery, the connection zone or the cafe. The third sector continues to face funding challenges, as do many local authorities who've taken on the social fund due to recent welfare reforms. Charis's expertise speeded up the provision of essential practical help in Cambridgeshire, all by authorising a network of qualified professionals who make applications to the assistance scheme on behalf of claimants.
The client probably would have known them, so they could have been a housing officer, they could have been a social worker, they could have been a health worker, they could have been a GP. There was no restriction on people registering as an authorised agent. And in the end, we had about 400 across the county in Cambridgeshire.
Health and community care experience, coupled with strategy and policy expertise, means Charis takes a balanced approach when devising schemes.
Charis is unique in that it has a shared programme, so for all our trusts and funds and schemes that we run, and there's lots of them, what we do is try and pass people through as many as we can for which they are eligible, so that we maximise the help that they can have. We now have a range of very, very wonderful trusts and funds that can offer people debt help, but they can also offer them funeral help, and they can offer them bankruptcy help. They can deal with other priority bills, they can have white goods, they can have a bed. We're able to help them more holistically, to stand them back on their feet.
As an innovator and enabler continually creating social value, Charis helps to enrich people's lives. It's developed an e-learning programme which is offered through E.ON's new energy fund via customer vouchers.
The voucher gives them access to a suite of online courses, everything from the basics of Microsoft programs to a CV builder, all the way to some really advanced qualifications, which could really support somebody getting into a completely different career or back into the jobs market. You know, if somebody's been a carer and been out of the workplace for some time, this can really unlock so much support for them.
Partnerships flourish and people gain confidence whenever Charis is involved. It's been funding special projects with the Bromley by Bow Centre for 5 years.
When you work together over a long period of time, not only do you begin to understand each other as two separate organisations, but you also begin to maximise the benefits that you can create through the funding and through the resourcing that's able to come through.
Since 2011, Charis has run the Ofgem regulated warm home discount scheme for several energy suppliers, meeting total compliance.
We monitor and regularly carry out impact reports to demonstrate that the services we're providing are extremely effective. For anybody across the UK, any company, any organisation looking to develop their CSR policy, I would say that coming to Charis is a very cost-effective option, and we would welcome talking to you.